it's very important to play between the lines with wingers. And today, because now, as you know, Pedro still injured, Wang also, Trincão with COVID, we just play with one winger. That's why it was hard to attack from the right. Leander he tried to do the game we want as a winger, but he's a midfielder. So every time he comes to try to lead the game, and we don't have too many players between the lines, just Daniel. And I think it was easy for Norwich to control our game. I think even that we have the control of the game, we have more ball position. And that's why I was upset in the halftime, because especially the way we conceded that goal. So 46 minutes, it's to everyone to come inside, and from a throw, they won a fault when the player have his back to our goal, and we concede a good chance for him. So I think we give them a big chance to score goals. Second half, it was different. I think we'd come with a different dynamic, different position to try to put more men between the lines. And even with the chances we did to put, as you know, Chiquinho, and after Raul to play Fabio as a second striker, we create some good chances. And I think the first 15, 20 minutes, we have, especially that one with Daniel. And if you score one goal, I think in the end, we can win the game. But we didn't score. We create some good chances. We didn't score. So now we watch the rest of FA Cup on TV.
Given the run of form you've been in, a run that saw you get Manager of the Month, how important that they don't let today's result affect momentum now coming into the next few games?
No, it's not. Look, winning and losing, and every time we need to prepare the next game in the best way. So the most important thing for now is not fight excuses, is to find every time the best solutions in our squad. And today, if I have a chance to play with two wingers, I would play with two wingers. We don't have a chance, we try to find the best solutions to win games.
All the best. Cheers. Thank you.
Leo?
Hi, Bruno. Good to see you.
Hi.
You mentioned about the wingers. Was it also a lack of tempo from your side, which is something you were not used to seeing from your team this season?
Tempo, especially when you are built up. Okay, but if you are built up, I understand your question, but Liam, try to see this. If you build up, especially from the defenders, from the midfielders, and after, if everyone is in front of the block, you don't have the guys to play and to change the speed of the game. That's why it's so important everyone understand the position. And today was hard, especially the first half, because after in the end the players come what is natural. And I'm not saying Leander did play in that position, but I think it's hard to change. If you don't have that, it's hard to change. One thing is when you play with three midfielders and you can find our position. The other thing is to have like Daniel and Trincão or Wang inside, and you can find them inside and Ryan or Semedo from outside, and you have the dynamic we want because the players are there in the right position. That's the only thing. And after the games come slow, so it's because of that. Because you are every time you are just playing in front of Norwich midfielders. Second half it was different with Leander more high, more there. And after with the chances, then we can see the ball. The ball goes and the ball plays inside, and we create our chances. That's why. And after with a different position, different tempo in the game.
In the first half as well, was that what was stopping your players from getting the ball out wide? Because you were motioning to Aït-Nouri, particularly in that first half, trying to get him forward and get the ball out to him. In the second half, when he did do that, you created chances. So was that an issue as well?
That's it. That's why it's so important the position, and that's why we talked before. I spend a lot of time watching our games, because after in the end they need to understand. I think we talk about this before the game. how to play against a line of 5, and again how to play against a line of 5 or 4. It's different, and they need to understand this. We cannot say that's why we are working, and they after in the end they need to understand. And in the first half, Leandro didn't understand that their position should be more between the lines for the winger, don't close him, and he received a lot of balls. That's why my concern, and that's why you can see him every time I was talking with him, because he received on the left, he received more balls in front of the winger and not between the winger and the left back in here to create problems. Second half, it was different.
You had a debut for Chiquinho today, a big moment for him. What were your thoughts on how he got on?
He did well. Look, he comes from Estoril, so everything is new. He have a chance to play, and he did well. He played between the lines like we has good dynamic with Nelson. I think we have 2 or 3 good crosses from the right with him, so it was okay.
That's good. Obviously, 300 appearances for Conor Coady as well. Hugely impressive milestone for him. You must be delighted for him, and obviously a proud moment for him coming onto the pitch today.
Yeah, look, we minutes before the game, I said that to the players. Now today we need to play and to give a good day for Conor, because he deserves. It's every time he's there for us. He's training when he's playing with his problem on his ankle, so we need to do it. And look, first half, that's why it's so important. And some things we need to say, some things we need just to say to the players. But second half, it was different. We played a different tempo with a different position. We find our positions, we create our chances. So we need now to recover, and Thursday we'll be here again against Arsenal.
Just very finally for me, just interested, Chiquinho Hover, he didn't play today. Some people might expect he might have come in. I know you've taken the Cup very seriously and have played very strong teams, but is a player like him unfortunate not to get a game, and was he frustrated not to play?
Look, they can talk about him or Marsan or Kandon or Chem or when I look for this cup, we look for the best players in the moment. So just change John, and the rest comes from what they did in the last games. I trust a lot in Key. Remember, he did that mistake against Liverpool, and after in the next game he played against Chelsea and he played well, and Semedo was on the bench. So now it's about me to find the best solution every time, and you never know. So now we are playing with games in the middle of the week, and I have to take my decision. So the best players go for the pitch. So now it's about them, the way they're training to play. So I don't do difference. League Cup is different. FA Cup and Premier League games for me is the same.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Bruno.
Hi, Bruno. Just on the shortage of wingers, obviously the Traore situation is complicated, but do you appreciate frustration from supporters that he's been allowed to go, and now there are important games coming up with a lack of options?
Now it's about me to find the best solution, Steve. But as you know, the question comes from that. The players give a dynamic. I cannot ask things for the players, and after they don't know. The same way I can ask Daniel or Trincão or Wank or Pedro to play as a midfielder like Ruben or João, because every time they are in front of the game, and after 1 minute and another, I cannot ask to Leandro, to João, to Ruben to play between the lines. When you are in the position, then your body is different and the position is different. So I understand your question. I don't go that way. I explain why we don't play with the same dynamic, but I prefer to look and to find the best solutions in our squad. But as I tell you today, I just have one winger available.
You spoke yesterday about needing sort of different profiles in terms of attack. Did we see a good example of that in the second half when there was some good crosses going into the box, but there was just nobody getting anywhere near the end of them?
we talk about it, right? So that's why, Tim. That's why when you are touching the points very well. That's why it's different profiles. Different profiles. It's not about to have the best players. Is to find the right profile for what we want. And in the last minutes, maybe if we have that profile, we can use it because it was very good to out the crosses. So that's why it's so important we have that dynamic and the solutions inside our game. The wingers is the moment of we don't have because Trincão is with COVID and the other two guys are injured. And but we can find. So I think we can find different profiles, but every time the game is different. One thing is when they come to press us, the other thing when the last 10 minutes we are there inside of the box and we have good guys to cross. Medo, now Chiquinho did 2 or 3 crosses very good. We have Ryan, and we need to have more guys, headers in the box.
And just on Chiquinho, were you close to starting him today, or is he not ready?
Look, when it was hard. The kid come 2 or 3 days, and just like that, he have the same dynamic. So we need to give him time. That's why even for Totti, when he's defending, it's okay. But when the offensive dynamic is different. So that's why we training. That's why we spend too much time training. If not, we don't need to training and just put players inside. So it's a different system for him. You have time to learn. What he did today, it was good. Now we need to continue to work.
And I assume for Thursday you'll have the same group. Trincão won't be available.
Let's see. So depending of the test they need to do, and let's see what happened with Wang. But for one guy, I think we don't have him. We need to see. We need to see which players we have available to prepare the game in the best way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.